You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Good morning. Welcome to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, and Calvin Butenhoff coming to you live from our studio at Radio Park in Racine. You can always join us. Call or text. The number is the same at 855-752-4842. You can also leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Coming up in about a half an hour after the 10:30 news, it is Audio Sorbet, where we get away from the news. Talk about lighter things. Except for when
I was going to say.
Breakfast launches this big argument before we came on the air this morning. We're going to talk about savory, sweet, and breakfast. Breakfast wars.
Yeah.
Got pretty heated. We'll talk about
That's
that.
what happens when you're all wrong. I mean, it's
okay,
just...
well, that's one person's attitude. Perspective, shall we say.
Oh, it's my attitude.
We'll be looking for you to join us after 10:30 for Audio Sorbet Breakfast Wars. Don't miss it. Wanted to start off with this. Again, in case you missed it, lots of stuff happened over the weekend. George Santos. Remember George Santos?
Who?
George Santos, who lied pretty much about everything.
I mean, it was...
He lied about his mother being killed in the World Trade Center. He lied about the colleges he attended.
He lied about not doing drag.
Yeah, he lied about that. He pretty much lied about everything. Freed by Trump.
Yeah.
George Santos, his sentence commuted by Donald Trump after serving only 84 days in federal prison. George Santos called his time in prison humbling and said that the conditions at the prison he served at in New Jersey were in disarray. He's going to dedicate himself now to prison reform.
That's what they all say when they get out.
Paris Hilton said that. Remember when she went to jail?
I think the Creasley guy, the reality star guy.
Oh, I know. Chrisley's.
Ugh. He actually made a very amazing statement when he got out of prison, talking about the inequities between being black and white and known and not known. And it was, and we were all sitting there going, "Who's this dude? I don't think he's doing anything now," because they immediately got a show on Hulu afterwards saying "Life After Prison." Great,
yeah.
But yeah, he is absolutely going to milk this for everything, and he's going to be the Jane, take my hand. Jane, take my hand. Prison is so hard for about 2.5 months. Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Elected to the House in 2022, George Santos was sentenced to 87 months in federal prison. He pled guilty. He pled guilty to identity theft and wire fraud. This after a 56-page House Ethics Committee report accusing Santos of stealing money from his campaign, lying to donors about how their money would be used, making up fictitious loans, engaging in fraudulent business dealings, among other misconduct.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to pay restitution to all the people he ripped off.
No.
He doesn't have to pay. He created a charity for a veteran service dog and stole that money.
Also, and this should go without saying, he wasn't voted out of office. He left office in disgrace.
Because they finally shoved him out.
Yeah.
Because what he had done was so egregious and so obvious, even the Republicans couldn't find a way.
But recently, Republicans have said they made a mistake because they needed that vote. They don't care about what he had done.
No.
They cared the fact that he will say yes to them for everything, because he is still, and he has been, full-blown MAGA all the way. He won't stop. He has a podcast with a woman who should get an award for patience with him. They had on Walter Masterson, and I know you know who he is.
I do.
He is a social media influencer, very, very left-wing.
Good liars.
Good. I think he's Good Liars adjacent, but
okay.
He's also, he goes to events, he battles people in debates. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's like, all right, dude, stop it. But he went on the podcast and he told George Santos about the fact that there was white supremacy in that party, and George Santos would not even like admit there was a problem at all. Like he on record saying there's no problem. What are you talking about? You saying that they're racist? It's like he is such a bumbling moron that we have to remember. Never forget this either. The gentleman who was running against him in New York, the Democrat, went to, I believe, the New York Times and said, this man is a fraud from start to finish. Do something. And they said, nah, yep, it's fine. He had to go to and this is
a small local paper.
This is another example on why local reporting is so absolutely important. Yes. Support your local paper. He went to them and they started the digging. And by the time the lies started coming, it was too late. The race was off. He won. Done. And then we had to go through all this crap.
We have a clip, I believe. Calvin, do we have that clip from Markwayne Mullin?
We should, yes.
Markwayne Mullin is a Republican from Oklahoma.
Yes.
And he wasn't specifically talking about George Santos, but I think this is an interesting comment from Markwayne Mullin about how the Republicans handle bad actors within their party. Play that clip, please, Calvin.
There's zero, and everybody's been perfectly clear, there's zero room for this kind of behavior in politics as a whole, regardless of Republican or Democrat. But we hold our own accountable inside the Republican Party. We won't allow that to happen.
Oh,
yeah.
But you did. President Trump on Friday issued a presidential commutation for George Santos, exempting him from the rest of his sentence, all financial penalties, and any need for probation. Donald Trump said Santos has been horribly mistreated. Good luck, George. Have a great life. He ripped off people who were Donald Trump supporters, just like Steve Bannon did.
Yes.
With the wall fund.
Yes.
And he pardoned Steve Bannon, too. So if I am a Donald Trump supporter, I would take a look at this and think, does he not care about me, his supporter, who got ripped off by this guy? You don't care about making me whole?
No. I mean, but I think you never, in this movement, you never asked that question. And I promise you I'm not making a joke, but everything that happens with this party reminds me of Scientology. In as the leader can be never be wrong, never be questioned, and anything that happens bad to you is your fault. You never, ever question. You never expect something good for yourself other than just supporting the movement. And if you do, you're not good enough. You are not of MAGA quality. And that is the bigger problem. So all these people have to do, whether it's George Santos, whether it's Steve Bannon, whether it's Ted Cruz, I'll never forget that picture of him making phone calls for him. As long as you kiss the ring and you pledge fealty, you're great. And you could literally on Tuesday say Donald Trump is America's Hitler, which is something J.D. Vance said on Twitter.
Yes.
And then years later come back and say, I didn't mean that. I think Donald Trump's great. That's it. That's all of the remorse you need to purport, and you're good.
Well, good heavens, he should I'm surprised he hasn't been made part of the Trump administration yet.
Give it time.
He'll fit right in there.
Jane, in 2026, he will become the ambassador to some country.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yes.
In the hours since he was released, George Santos returned to the video platform Cameo, where public figures record personalized messages for people who pay for them. As of Saturday night, Santos said he had 48 pending requests. He also said he'd be open to TV work, including Dancing with the Stars.
And you may think that's crazy pants, but do not forget that in 2020, was it this year? God, this year is so long.
Sean Spicer was.
Not Sean Spicer. Rudy Giuliani showed up on The Masked Singer. After all of this had happened, and Ken Jeong was so upset he walked off set. He was so angry that they put him in a suit and made entertainment of that man. I do not doubt for a second that he has picked up management. I do not doubt for a second that people have made him offers for a reality show, made a special. Because we need to churn out content. We need to get people entertained. And this is flashy and sassy and saucy enough for people to, even for people who hate him, will be like, I need to watch this.
Well, they'll hate watch it.
And I want to make two things really clear, because I said people and a paper. Robert Zimmerman was the man who ran against him in 2022 for in the New York congressional race. He's the man who brought this information to all of the national papers, the New York Times. They said, meh. He went to a paper called the North Shore Leader. Very small, very local paper started doing this. I just want to give credit because we here rely on our local reporting and our local reporters, and they are the ones who keep us informed. And North Shore Leader is the one who started this.
Yes.
And I watched the media on one of these big channels say, we didn't do anything wrong. It's not our fault. You guys saw lies in front of you, and you thought, man, people aren't going to click on that.
By the way, George Santos, that's what we're talking about. George Santos got his sentence commuted by Donald Trump, who essentially said George is a great Republican. He always votes Republican. I'm gonna release him.
Yeah.
Here is what George Santos said, quote, "I am not perfect. And to my critics, I hold no animosity. There will be no retribution tour. I ask and I beg people to look at this for what it is. To continue to rehash the past will not change the future," unquote. He has not apologized to any of the people that he ripped off.
You never apologize.
Again, he had charities that he stole money from and used for either his campaign or for personal use. No apology to them.
You don't give one. That is that Roy Cohn school of
That's
of
right.
winning.
Never, right. You attack. Accuse the other of doing what you are doing.
And never apologize.
And double down.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. We're seeing this is nothing new, but the more they want to sweep our history under the carpet and say we need to not go back, we need to focus on moving forward.
Yeah.
Well, there are some pretty egregious things that have happened
in the past.
In the past like 4 years.
Yeah.
Not just the entirety of this country, but the fact that they want you to forget, and people will, because we're busy, and we're gonna, and 6 months from now we're gonna be like, oh yeah, George Santos.
I forgot about that.
Totally forgot about that guy. What?
855-752-4842. Gene from Eau Claire. Gene, we only got about 90 seconds left. Thanks for joining us. What'd you want to say?
Thanks to everybody that participated in the protest. And you know what? This is a administration that rewards criminal behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The more rotten things you do, the better you are, and totally goes after honesty, integrity, like that gentleman who wrote that on the sidewalk. This is nuts, folks. We need to keep going here. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for all your getting out to the public, because this is the only place we get all this information.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye, Gene. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. You can always join us, like Gene, at 855-752-4842.
And as Gene said, you want to get good news? Get it from us. Tell a friend about us. Tell a friend about our show, about our network, because we're trying to keep democracy here, and we can do it with your help. And so, thank you so much, Gene.
Help us spread the word.
Yep.
Absolutely. When we come back, we have no money. Well, except for Argentina and except for Kristi Noem and a couple other things. There's money for that, but not for us. All the details coming up. Stay with us. This is Matt Nair on air on the vast, statewide, countrywide. Pick us up around the globe on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Good morning. Welcome back to Matt Nair on air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, Sweet Calby on the board, coming to you from our studio at Radio Park in Racine. Join us at 855-752-4842. Leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Just a reminder, we do have a new newsletter.
Yes, we do.
That you can get every day. It's called Civic Media Today. And we have reporters all across the state, in all corners of Wisconsin.
Yes, indeed.
And they cover everything. It's a great little compilation of things happening from around different corners of the state, different things that are happening on all the shows. We know you have a life, and you have kids, and you have a job, and you have parents, and all that stuff. So it's a great little way to get just a little taste of what's going on the network.
Yep.
And you can subscribe.
Very simple. Go to civicmediatoday.substack.com. I'll put the website in the show notes today, but you go there, sign up, very simple, join the throngs and throngs of people, because it's not just great news reporting, it's a snapshot of, so tomorrow you'll get it, or today you'll get it, and it's everything we've been doing for the past day or so. And it's going to have news stories, it's going to have podcasts, it's going to have sports, it's going to have cool, local fun stuff happening. So it's just a real good, I'm going to borrow something from Terry Barr. It's a little slice of Wisconsin, but civic media style. So go to civicmediatoday.substack.com, sign up right now, and you can be part of this wonderful newsletter that we just put out a month ago, and people are loving it.
It's completely free.
It's free.
It's free.
I can't think. So there's absolutely free. It's
still absolutely free.
I try to think of something.
We don't have a whole lot of time to spend on this, but I do think it's important because we have no money.
Mm-hmm.
We keep hearing that, of course. We have no money. We can't, we got to cut programs to feed hungry kids.
Yeah.
We have to cut programs for our elderly. We have no money for health insurance. We have no money, but we do have money for 2 private jets for Kristi Noem's use. The 2 jets being purchased through the Coast Guard, which requested just 1 jet in its budget earlier this year at an estimated cost just for one of $50 million. Just for one.
What are we doing?
New York Times reported the 2 jets will cost $172 million.
Yeah.
But we have no money.
We have no money. Also, doesn't the president, he only needs 1, correct?
Well, there's Air Force One and Air Force Two.
But Air Force Two takes the vice president. How many Air Force Ones are there? Because I don't feel like Kristi Noem, who's the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, needs 2 planes. There are 2 Air Force Ones, so they can run at any time. But that makes sense for the President of the United States. The Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, I feel like 1 should be good.
Well, I don't know. I think she travels with a pretty big entourage. You got all those makeup people and God knows the hair extension people. There's got to be 5 of those. It takes a lot of people. It takes a village. It takes a village. So, yes, 2 private jets.
Yeah.
For Kristi Noem's use, $172 million. We are also giving Argentina $40 billion. The president was asked about this. Returning, let's see, day 19. Yesterday was day 19
Today's
of the government
20,
shutdown today. Yesterday, returning from yet another Gulf outing, Donald Trump was asked about the money we're giving to Argentina. Calvin, can we play that clip, please?
What do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it.
Young lady.
They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can. But don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying.
Dying.
All right? They're dying.
Dying.
Wait. I'm sorry. I spaced out there. I was looking at didtrumpgolftoday.com. It's a real website, by the way. Is he saying that Argentinians are dying, or are the farmers dying? Because it kind of seems like our farmers are dying.
Well, yeah, but that's not what he's talking about. He's concerned about Argentina. And actually, if you look a little closer, because they always say, follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Bessent, of course, our Treasury Director.
Yeah.
That's not his correct title. Scott Bessent has several buddies, one buddy in particular who bought up a whole bunch of Argentina's debt. And he needs the economy to get back, to recover, so he will make his money back because he's betting on the Argentinian economy to rebound.
He is the Treasury Secretary.
He is.
You were
Scott
correct,
Bessent.
yeah.
So a good friend of Scott Bessent has all kinds of millions invested into Argentina's economy.
It's discombobulating, really, when it comes down to it.
It is absolutely discombobulating.
I will be putting didtrumpgolftoday.com in here because it actually does. It does. And it says, did Trump golf today? No, he did not today. Any dates are in red. He has golfed 70 days out of the past 274 since returning to office. 25.5% of his presidency spent golfing. No, and I know he's not paying for that.
No,
he's not paying for that.
And when you consider that he only golfs at his own properties, all the Secret Service accommodations we pay for as taxpayers because he doesn't throw that in for free.
No, he does not.
No, he actually
no.
He makes money on that.
He couldn't give a discount, Jane. That would be unethical.
That would be unethical.
But we'd have money.
News is coming up next. And then when we return, we will lighten it up. It's time for Audio Sorbet.
Will we?
Breakfast Wars. Breakfast Disagreements. On the way. Stay close. You're listening to Matt Nair on Air on the Civic Media Radio Network. Good morning and welcome back to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, the one, the only Calzone on the board, coming to you from our studio at Radio Park in Racine. You can always join us, call or text at 855-752-4842. You can also leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. This is the portion of the show that we call Audio Sorbet, where we get away from the news and take a breath because we all need a break. Tactical frivolity.
Yes.
I like that phrase.
It's almost like we're cleaning your ears with fun.
Exactly. So today we're going to argue about breakfast. We were talking this morning, as we always do. This is how we come around to audio sorbets.
Yeah.
It is very much a organic process.
Is it audio sorbets or audio's sorbet?
Oh, good
You're
question.
not going to stop thinking about that one now, are you?
No, planted that seed. Today is Chicken and Waffle Day.
Yeah.
National Chicken and Waffle Day. And we started talking about chicken and waffles. And for myself, personally, I love both those things.
Yes.
I love fried chicken.
Yes.
And I really like waffles.
Yeah.
I would not have them together.
Why?
Because.
That's a great answer. Do you want to work for the Trump administration?
Chicken does not belong at breakfast.
But that's entirely untrue.
See, that I don't think
Does
chicken.
Fried chicken not belong at breakfast?
No.
Okay.
Just chicken in general. Would you ever get up and say, I want a piece of chicken for breakfast?
Where do you get your eggs from?
That's a different form of chicken.
I'm really just trying. I'm working within the halls of your logic right now, ma'am.
Then this morphed into, you were talking about the McGriddle.
Well,
you and Calvin got into a big exchange about this.
Well, first of all, I was just once again, I just want to state for the record, once again, I was stating my opinion, Miss Jane Matt Nair,
to which
and then
you are
Calvin
entitled.
came all gallivanting in with his I don't know, like, what do you're a Zoomer, boomer, I have no idea, but with your charm and your intellect and your fancy free lifestyle, telling me I'm wrong. But my point was this: is that if I get chicken and waffles, which I don't get often because I feel like there are places that make it really well, and other places who throw a waffle in a toaster and throw a piece of chicken on, and they're like, that'll be $14.95, please. When I get chicken and waffles, I never put syrup on it. I always put hot sauce. I put savory things on top of it to enhance the flavor. I do not like sweet with my breakfast, unless the pancakes come with the breakfast, and I ain't crazy. But I don't mix the two. I don't do sweet with my savory breakfast, and I don't do sweet breakfast, period. And I think that led me into why I think the McGriddle is a psyop that is here to destroy our family units, because they take a waffle and throw syrup in there, and they're like, hey, why don't you put your eggs and your bacon in there? It's really tasty. It's not. It's here to disregard our laws and to mislead our children to a life of criminality and not goodness.
So you are
my opinion.
You are against sweet with your savory when it comes to breakfast.
Correct.
Calvin, would you like to weigh in on this?
Would you like to tell me why you're wrong?
Well, now I just have questions. So you're fine with sweet and savory together if it's not for breakfast?
Actually, honestly, I don't really do sweet at all unless it's a dessert. And the only sweet and savory I go for with dessert is like a sea salt caramel type of thing. But like if I get, like sea salt caramel ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like if dinner, I'll never order a sweet thing.
You don't like honey barbecue or honey mustard?
No, I don't usually get that. No.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
You don't like... I've heard you talk about jelly or jam with cheese and crackers.
You have when?
I could have swore you said you're into that kind of thing.
I think that's your words. I think you were looking at the internet
Greg,
again.
I'm sorry. You're right.
No, I mean, I'm willing to mix certain things for a moment, but it's just usually to try it. Like, I'll give you an example. And I promise you it's better than it sounds. My friends Aaron and Michelle have been married for what seems like years. They have this treat that they bring to all the family functions, and I made fun of it until I tried it. It's a green grape skewered with a little bit of cheese, grapes and cheese. And it's tasty. It's wonderful. I only have it when I see them. That's it. But it's not something I seek out. It's not something I want. It's not something I, evangelize over. Those are the moments where I can do it, but it's never something I choose. I will never go to a restaurant and pay money for a sweet meal. Or I will never mix my sweet and savory.
So you wouldn't go, because I love waffles.
Yeah.
And I like a nice pecan waffle.
Okay.
For breakfast.
Yeah.
With syrup.
Great.
And that's a sweet thing.
That's great. And
that's okay.
Who cares what I think? That's my whole point. My opinion has never shifted anything for anyone.
It's true.
Period. I'm adamant about what I like. And when I'm told I'm wrong, as Calvin did tell me earlier this month, you did. Did you not say you're wrong?
Specifically talking about your theory that McDonald's is perpetuating sweetness as in breakfast foods for some ulterior nefarious method.
Conspiracy theory.
I said what I said.
You have a conspiracy theory about the McGriddle.
I said what I said.
Do you do sweet with your savory for breakfast? And just how do you feel about the McGriddle? 855-752-4842. Breakfast Wars is our discussion today on Audio Sorbet. 855-752-4842. Casper in Madison, liquid chicken. That's what I call eggs.
Calvin, you also said you really just don't do breakfast at all, though. If you have a choice, you won't.
Yeah, I don't usually eat before 10 or 11 a.m., period.
Not healthy.
So I know that, Greg. I'm not saying it's a good thing. So if I do have breakfast food, it's usually like a breakfast for dinner type of deal.
Okay.
So yeah, I prefer lunch and dinner foods. If I were up at like 6 o'clock for some reason, and I happen to be at a restaurant at 9 o'clock that offers lunch options, I'll probably order the lunch
Do that
options.
instead.
Well, and that's something that Bridget and I do when we go out for like a breakfast, because she doesn't do, she wants a burger. She doesn't do eggs. She's not allergic to them, but
She just doesn't like them.
Well, they make her ill. I've watched it happen. It's not an allergic reaction. It's just a thing. And so we always want to make sure that the menu has she loves soy scrambles. She loves that stuff. She'll do that, like soy eggs. But yeah, I get that. Some people just aren't breakfast people. I get that. I'm like Ron Swanson. I'll eat breakfast food anytime.
855-752-4842. Breakfast Wars, sweet, savory. That is our discussion today for Audio Sorbet. Brett from Brown Deer is on the line. Good morning, Brett. Thanks for joining us. What do you want to say about this?
Good morning. Oh, I love this conversation.
How do you feel? Where do you come down on this, Brett?
Oh, do not mix my sweet with my breakfast.
No.
No. Never pancakes, waffles, none of it.
No.
I want my breakfast to be eggs and bacon or sausage.
Here it is.
Or I'll just eat waffles. But no, don't mix them. It's terrible.
So you will waffle?
Yeah, but only waffle.
Only waffle, though.
Will you put syrup or something like that on the waffle, or do you just eat it plain?
Oh yeah, I put syrup.
Okay.
I like sweet stuff.
Yeah.
But I keep them separate.
Yeah.
I don't even want them touching my sausage on the plate.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, Brett. I'm telling you right now, if I had the money to do it, if I got breakfast and there's a sausage link and syrup touches my sausage, I would throw it out in front of the server and be like, do better.
You guys need one of those plates that's divided into sections.
Yes, that
so
children
none of
have.
your food touches.
That children have.
That's hilarious. Thank you so much, Brett. Really appreciate it. 855-752-4842. Breakfast Wars. That is our audio sorbet discussion for
What's
today.
your thought, though, Jane?
But see, I will mix.
Yeah.
I will, and I love pecan waffles.
Yes. Okay.
Which
To
then
me,
I'll get with a side of bacon.
Well, to me that's not a. I guess you can say it's sweet and savory, but to me that's more of like a flavory. That's how I feel about what I was saying before, sea salt caramel type of thing. I get that. That makes sense to me because you have blueberry waffles, pecan waffles makes sense.
Right.
Pecan Kringle. A lot of people love pecan Kringle.
Sure.
But you're also not an egg fan either, so I feel like it does
am not.
Yeah.
But see, now I would do French toast.
Yeah.
I like French toast.
There you go.
Again, which is on the sweeter side.
Oh, yeah. I don't know of savory French toast. Cassandra on the live stream says, and I like this question. So what are your feelings with bacon on everything, like cupcakes and chocolate covered? I feel like we've gone too far in the bacon worship. Like, I feel like, first of all, if you look up the history of bacon, bacon was a food for poor people. And people make it seem like it's the greatest thing ever. It's not. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not anti-bacon. Don't at me. But I feel like we've gone too far and we make it seem like it's got bacon. That's not why you should charge me $10 more for this thing. Bacon is bacon. I can buy that at the store. It's not special. Unless it's like that thick cut.
No, see, and I don't like the thick cut.
The thick cut bacon.
That's a whole nother argument.
Where did I go?
855-752-4842. Sweet, savory, what are we doing for breakfast? Richard from Waukesha has been very patient. Good morning, Richard. Thanks for joining us.
Morning. I got something great to say.
Okay.
The thing is disguise of protein. Like at Taco John's, you have a chicken taco for breakfast with an egg. You disguise the protein with other flavors.
Okay.
It's like a secret agent.
Well, yeah. What did you have for breakfast today? I had a breakfast taco with sausage and egg, all protein. That's good. I'm good for. Tell me I'm wrong, doctors. Thank you very much, Richard.
855-752-4842. PJ on the live stream. Sausage links, maple flavored, and waffles are great together.
Get out of my country.
That sounds really yummy.
No, thank you.
Caesar from Madison texting in, Jane, my wife and I will take you guys to Dollop Diner in Uptown Chicago.
Ooh.
They have the best chicken and waffles. You will never want to leave there ever. Ooh.
Calvin, what did you have to say? I saw you pick up the mic.
Well, yeah, I guess controversial take. I don't like sausage links. I think it's the casing. I like a sausage patty.
Do sausage
personally?
Well, will you have a sausage? Well, will you have a quote sausage link if it comes in the log form? That's not in casing. It's just like a formed sausage, what looks like a link. Because there's difference. There's sausage links that are in casings, and then there are sausages that look like the log shape versus the patty.
I guess I'll take a log shaped as long as there's no casing, but I still prefer a patty.
WBA, are you listening right now to this hard-hitting journalism? I mean, second,
incredible,
first runner-up. Yeah. Now I haven't gone out for breakfast in so long.
We might have to go out for breakfast.
Research.
Yeah, exactly.
Research on like the best breakfast.
Yes.
We have to go to this place that they're
Jacqueline from HR, if you're listening, she's going to approve the expense. We're doing research for the show, so we're
absolutely. This is
for breakfast.
In order to clean people's ears with fun properly, we need to do the proper research.
Well, there's legwork.
There's legwork. There's breakfast work. There's things like that. Now I really want an omelet.
When we return, we're going to wrap up the show as we always do with This Shouldn't Be a Thing. Utterly Tubular Edition, dude. Stay tuned. You are listening to Matt Nair on Air on the Civic Media Radio Network. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Good morning. Welcome back to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, Callie Teeny on the board, coming to you from our studio at Radio Park in Racine. You can always join us, call or text at 855-752-4842. Leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Coming up on the show tomorrow, Pat Kreitlow, host of Mornings with Pat Kreitlow, will be joining us after 9:30 to kick around all the things in the news. And then later on this week, Deb Cronmiller from the League of Women Voters is hopefully going to be joining us.
No, she will be here.
She will be here on Wednesday.
She will be here on, let me just make sure, Wednesday at 9:35 to talk about the need for an independent, nonpartisan council on
drawing maps.
Mapping our districts. Yeah, that's what she'll be here to talk about. She's very excited. And other things that the League of Women Voters Wisconsin is working on, because they are a wonderful group. And if you ever have questions on voting matters, political matters, it's a nonpartisan website. Go there. They always have a great toolbox to break things down.
Yep, absolutely. It is just about 10:54 Kelvin. That means it is time for
This Shouldn't Be a Thing.
If you ever find a thing you think should not be, send it into Greg and me at Jane Says at civicmedia.us. JANESAYS, Jane Says at civicmedia.us. Calvin found this one from Eyewitness News, ABC 7.
Dun, dun, dun.
Aggressive sea otter bites California surfer, hijacks surfboard. Surfers heading to Santa Cruz, California should keep their eye out for a furry surfboard thief. A surfer says an otter bit her foot and then climbed onto her surfboard Tuesday evening, holding it hostage for 20 minutes until rescuers rushed in.
What?
Isabella Orduna says she was just paddling out when she felt a nip on her foot. She rolled off and turned to see an otter sitting on her surfboard. Orduna says that after biting her, the otter took over her board for at least 20 minutes. She didn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do either. Thankfully, another surfer in the area was able to call for help. A full-blown rescue ensued. When responders arrived, they found the surfer in the water and the otter on the board. Lifeguards eventually got her surfboard back. For the past 2 summers, Notorious Otter 841 went on a surfboard stealing spree in Santa Cruz.
Well, you mess with their territory, things are going to happen.
It's unknown if this thief is the same otter or just an otter copycat or copy otter.
It's Otter Tifa. This is what this is.
Otter Tifa.
It's a group of people who are just, group of otters, my mistake, who are just trying to impede upon people's good time, Jane. Blue-haired otters.
The tracker that was originally on Otter 841 fell off, so there's no way to know if this is the same otter. But again, I just love that the surfer abandoned her board and just gave it to the otter. It's like, you take it.
Well, first of all, very kind of you. But I think a lot of people's fear of going into like deep lakes and oceans is that thing of like, oh, something's going to touch my foot. And then when the thing touches your foot, that surfboard now belongs to that otter. Yes. That ocean belongs to that otter. Right. I will never go near water. I won't even take a bath again. It's all showers for as little time as possible because you never know what will happen. I have trespassed into your territory, and I apologize.
There is some photos included in this article. That's a pretty big otter. That's bigger than I can see why she gave him the You take it.
Yeah, it's yours.
You take it. Hang 5. I don't know about toes. Hang 7.
Looking up all these surfing terms to try to make a joke, and nothing worked except for goofy foot. Maybe her goofy foot got bit. I don't know. But yeah, I also just love the fact in this story that a full-blown rescue thing had to happen where someone who's been training for these things all their life is going, really? Really?
Yeah. You know what? The article does not include the confrontation between the rescuers and the otter, so we're not exactly sure what happened. But we do know that she did get her board back.
Thank goodness. And she's never surfing again.
It could be We don't know. It could have been the same Otter 841. That should be a movie.
I was just going to say Otter 841. Michael Bay this summer, Otter 841.
Coming to a theater.
Starring The Rock. He is Otter 841 because he has to be in everything.
He's undercover. He's Otter 841. That wraps up today's episode of
This Shouldn't Be a Thing.
Thank you, Greg and Calvin and all of our engineers and everyone at Civic Media. Without you, nothing works. And thank you most of all for calling and for texting and for listening and watching on the stream. It really means the world. I hope you find some joy today, even if it's just a little bit, and you have the chance to share it. We have news coming up next, followed by Tom Hartman from noon for 11 until 2. Todd, all but 2 to 4. Maggie Dawn from 4 to 6. By the way, we got a couple of texts come in that said Maggie was down at Cathedral Square yesterday and said what a great, on Saturday, and said what a great job that Maggie did for the No Kings rally.
Cathedral Square, where the new Laughing Tap's going to be in that area?
That same area.
That's called a plug.
That's right.
She'll be talking also to people from the No Kings organization who put on the rally. They're not Antifa's organization. But she'll be talking to them today as well.
That's coming up later on from 4 to 6 across the network. So keep it right here on the Civic Media Radio Network. We will see you tomorrow.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.